So I'm already also saying.
I
first kiss at 18.
No, I definitely kissed before I dated, so I don't agree. I kissed some strangers, right?
So you dated? So I proposed to my wife with a ring worth 189,000 rand on your money. No, we were sitting.
It's D-KOENA. Hi and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for helping us reach 135 subscribers. Help us guys to reach 300 subscribers. It's our new target as per our previous video.
Yes, thank you guys so much. Welcome to the month of love.
Whoa.
So this month of love we are doing a love series called Love Lives With. And for our first episode, we are doing Love Lives with the Mbeles.
Yeah.
We are very excited for this one because,
charity begins at home. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and so I was just gonna let them introduce themselves.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
I'm Mabuto Sylvester Mbeles. Ndlela kasopisi kodidi umpemba thina siphemba amakhanda abantu amaphemba bonke amasithi lebakwazile ikhona ngibeke lapho
Yes sir.
And for the last 5 years and some months I've been noted in the register of home affairs as unavailable to any considerations, and personally I have no interest to be available. Because I have been with my wonderful wife right here.
Yeah.
Hi everybody, my name is Mbeles.
Hi, Mbeles.
Yeah guys, we're so happy to have you here today. Normally our setup in the last 2 videos it's just the two of us. We're lonely, but at least today
we're lonely.
Okay, but not really lonely, but then we're lonely.
Yeah.
And today we've opened up the circle to our brother and sister. They're no strangers to us. That's why you see us very comfortable to have them, and they're very comfortable to be in our space, right?
Yeah.
So maybe let's kick it off with the beginning, where it all began. We want to build up nicely because we're talking about, we're just unpacking their love story. My wife and I love, and we just decided that we'll have couples share their love story, right? We'll start with my lovely sister here. Tell us about your idea of love and marriage growing up. What were you like?
Alright, I don't remember myself thinking much about marriage growing up. I think, in fact, I did not want to get married.
Okay.
I don't think I wanted to for the longest time until at some point I was dating and I'm like, well.
How did I find myself?
I guess it makes sense to get married.
Okay, yeah.
So for the longest time, no, it wasn't the plan. It wasn't something that I thought about, something that I only prayed about it in my mid-20s. That's when I was like, okay, God, bring the right guy, because Njolo was kind of hectic. So
what age did you start them, Njolo? Like when you
I was old. I was very old.
Yeah.
When did I start dating? I was definitely a late bloomer, probably 20.
Okay, 20.
Yeah.
Some of us 20.
I was there by the end. 20, some maybe 21 even. But so for the longest time it wasn't in the plan. I was like, I'm gonna live my best life like this. Wasn't thinking, but I wanted kids though, that's the funny thing.
Okay.
So I always wanted to have children, but I wasn't thinking of husband.
Okay,
or father of the kids.
Yes.
So I think if I didn't get married, I was probably gonna have
Adopt or
Yeah.
surrogate
some
or
situation to just give me kids. But yeah, that's one thing I definitely wanted. For sure.
Alright, and what was your idea of marriage? Or did you always want to get married since Mrs. Mbeles here
Yeah.
says you didn't want to get married?
no opposite spectrums possibly.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
Like
Did you
what?
get married?
Marriage for what?
Yeah.
You didn't want to get married?
For what?
He was living his best life also, I guess.
I knew I was gonna get married.
Okay.
Eventually.
That part I knew.
But it was an eventually.
It was an eventually. In fact, in my head, 2030. But anyways.
20.
But I think look, there's a lot of things that shape someone's perspective about marriage and the type of marriage they want to have, right? So, I wasn't born in church. Church has no maternity ward.
Yeah.
But I was born into an Adventist family.
Yeah.
So actually my upbringing is quite, right? Complex, yes. But when you looked at the couples at church, you had those that had it all, right? And then you were friends with their children, and then you hear the stories, like, but they look like they have it all, right?
Yeah.
And then you had those couples that you looked at and you would be like, oh, shame, right? And then when you speak to their children, you're like,
They're the
"Man,
happiest."
goodness, these people are happy, right?
Yeah.
So the concept of marriage for me for the longest time, and this is like your early teenagehood, maybe early pathfinder ages, your 11, 12. For me, marriage was something that was like too far-fetched.
Yeah.
And the reason was I saw people and I didn't understand, because you had the people that look like they have it together and others that don't. And for me, it didn't sort of make a case for getting married. And then you watch the single guys.
They're happy.
They're moving.
Yeah. And I remember there was one of our leaders in that he decided he wants to go to the army.
Oh.
He went to the army, single guy, came back, had the monies, and bought himself a car, bought himself. So for me, it was like, yeah, I see these married people, but the single life.
Yeah.
So it was never really an imperative plan for me to have. Then I grew up, and then Jolo started, and it was like, I'm in this for the Jolo, for the marriage.
Yeah.
And that was a very long period of time. It was
Yeah.
years. Very long period of time.
Yeah.
But maybe without being asked or being prompted, I think 2 girlfriends before her, maybe 3. I then decided, now I'm getting old. But besides getting old, I think at that point I was quite spiritual also.
Yes, sir.
And then we was reading the book, Messages to Young Lovers.
Come on with
And
it.
then Sister White speaks of the concept of trifling with hearts.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, my outlook on dating, now this is no marriage, dating changed. To say, if I ask a girl out, it can't just be for fun.
Exactly, because that's the point.
Yeah.
Like,
In
so
fact,
Jola and then
I wasn't even at that
Yes.
point. You know, that's a very critical one, right?
Yeah.
But mine was more fear of being found out of heaven. Because I broke her heart. That I never had intention of a longer future with, right?
Yeah.
So I sort of took a sabbatical from dating for like 3 months.
Or less.
Come on, right?
Whoa.
There was a gap.
So long.
There was a gap. And then they happened. They left. And those were created hearts of mine.
You created people's hearts?
No, people created my
Oh,
heart.
shit.
And I remember one of the mothers saying to me, no, Sylvester, so it's on you. And even then I was like, you know what, it's fine.
If
I
you
don't
give
give
up
up
on
on
the
that.
right?
Yeah.
And then count maybe another 4 years, then I next.
Okay. No.
And we're here.
Aww.
Those are so cute.
It is. So maybe tell us what was the first like impression when you guys first met? Because I think you've got a better, like a background story on that. But like,
No, maybe let's reverse. Maybe let's reverse.
Okay.
You know, before we get to that, right? Because I feel like the process so that we see who, like, what shaped the individuals before we get to this. I want to know from who maybe Mr. Mbeles, because Sister
Ben. He almost said something.
Yeah, Mrs. Mbeles, right? She started dating in her 20s, right? I want to know, when Mr. Mbeles, when did you start dating? One. Number two, how many heartbreaks later did you find love?
Who's heartbreaks?
Either or.
No, to be fair, I started dating as a teenager. One that I can really say, you know, if we were to put a qualification to say what dating is,
Yes.
and allow me to then define it for the purposes of shaping my answer, right?
Yes.
For me, I'd say dating is having a relationship with somebody that is an agreement that and that also entails at least having kissed.
Okay.
Right? So you could have had that, but you have never kissed.
Yeah.
So
For
you
me,
were not dating.
it doesn't count, right?
Yeah.
So I was 18.
Okay.
And yeah, I was this lady, obviously, for purposes of talking. We are not going to yeah, that's when I was 18. But obviously, before that, there's been like,
Yeah.
but really, we never really kissed, right?
Yeah.
So by extension, I'm not.
Me, I don't. I
definitely
don't.
Right? So I'm already also saying.
Me,
my first kiss at 18.
No, I definitely kissed before I dated, so I don't agree.
Okay, yeah.
I kissed some strangers, right?
So you dated? So let's move this into your dating days. Wait till you start dating.
But I only started dating after 20.
Nah.
Okay, wait. I think let's allow her to qualify her story. Yeah, qualify your story.
This does not say it's a relationship. That is me.
Okay.
It never.
No, but I'm not just saying a kiss one.
Yeah.
I'm saying
because-
we've had the conversation,
Yes,
we agreed, Lalela. So we've had the
Exactly.
conversation, we've agreed we're in a relationship, and we have kissed, then it's dating.
So,
But
So
if you
if
just
you
went around,
But if you
and,
agreed,
if you just went around and you go to somebody, that can't be dating.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
yeah.
So the kiss kind of seals it.
The kiss sort of concludes the
Because of
conversation.
agreement.
The conversation.
the conversation.
You know, let's put the conversation of exclusivity.
Alright.
Right?
Come on, so
So
I basically what
yeah.
Mbeles is saying is that if, according to his definition, if we have the agreement to it, okay, and we are going to be exclusive to each other,
Yeah.
and we do not seal it with the date, then
The
according to
kiss.
him, we did not date.
And
Yeah,
that
that's
relationship
the
and that agreement ends and you've never kissed. How
So
then
you're not dating.
you know.
But if you're spending time with the person, like we dated when we were in, and we didn't even kiss.
We
I was
didn't
even
kiss.
scared of hugging this guy. I was like, oh my gosh, you mustn't touch
But
him.
I think the definition is also relative, right?
Yeah.
So let's allow Mr. Mbeles
To
to
define
define
it
it
my
in
way.
his way.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
even someone else is sitting there saying, you guys not lie, and they say it against me.
So, but anyways, to answer the second part of your question is, after how many heartbreaks, I'm going to be very honest, right?
So after 2 heartbreaks, you found the one.
Yes. So that's how I then define that there was love in a particular relationship. And there's been many. I'm not going to be right.
And we don't
let's not mark the
2 hours
Let's
later.
not mark the Yeah, let's not mark the
Push, I think, take over the question. How many heartbreaks later?
I don't know. I don't think. I mean, the relationship stopped being real at the time. But now that I'm older and I'm looking at them, I'm like, was it real? No.
What was I doing?
What was I doing? Was I really in love? You know. So at the time, because I was young, I was like, yes, I'm in love. But now when I'm looking at it, I'm like, no, I wasn't in love. It was like, I really like that person. They mattered, but I wasn't completely in love. But I mean, I would say there was one particular person that I got slightly attached to. Yeah, maybe one.
Okay.
The rest, I like them lots. I like them, but no,
You don't matter.
they don't like
So I've always believed that you shouldn't date like someone that you crush on. Like you must like the person, but like don't crush on them. You know, like you've got crushes, like oh that person's so cute. I wish you fantasize dating them. I just feel like don't date them because it's probably not gonna materialize. So have you guys had anyone you pushy who's like a crush that has crushed you, like a crush that crushed your heart?
I mean,
You don't have to say the name.
was it a crush that crushed my heart? Growing up, if I had a crush on someone, things up.
Okay, yeah.
So I would run the opposite direction.
Yeah.
When they show up, I'm like opposite direction.
Yeah.
Things up. And what I would do if I find myself end up talking to that person and I'm like, hey, this conversation is kind of getting slightly deep for a teenager or a 20s person, I would find a friend and be like, do you like the girl? She likes you. Do you like that girl? And you'd be like,
I'm speaking to you, not her.
so I would end up hooking them up, right? Because I want to make sure this kind of feeling, this crush situation.
Yeah. Like it must just be a crush.
Yeah.
So you crushed your crushes.
You hooked your friends up with your crushes.
I did.
I didn't know this.
I did.
But how did you feel when they
Oh, no,
actually
guys.
for those ones which actually
That actually
succeeded?
Does anyone actually have a successful
They
relationship?
definitely dated for a couple of months.
And then you stop crushing on them.
Yeah, I did actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't have that pinch out ish. I like this guy and. Like,
No, I mean, no. I would stop like crushing on them. I think they're nice, right? But the crush, the aspect of feeling like I like them would be like would die down. You know, because then in my head I'm seeing them together. So obviously I have to register that and accept that this is the situation.
Okay, but then now you're giving me a different perspective of your friends. I'm assuming that if you've got a crush, you'll
They
tell
would
your
know,
friend,
trust
or
me,
you would,
definitely did not know.
or you didn't tell her.
She was stupid.
I would not tell a single soul, so my crushes would end with me. And then one person, I'm not sure, was it a crush? I don't know. But I feel like that did kind of crush me, like that one.
Okay,
Yeah, that one sort of did kind of
tell us about that one.
pull the rug right under my feet.
Tell
So,
us about it.
well, sort of crushed. I don't know whether we crushed on each other or I crushed on him or he crushed on me, but there was some situation happening there. And then, so we were talking towards sort of dating actually,
Okay.
and things were meeting up.
They ghosted you?
Yeah, like
I think she's got an experience.
Let's not talk about ghosting.
Definitely an experience.
What happened?
We're not talking about my ghost.
Yo.
That thing is so painful. Guys, don't ghost people. Guys, that thing is really so painful. Because literally, exactly. And then you look like you're such a damn girl.
Like
You're
your
just
whole
like,
entire time.
wait, I think I was the only one doing this.
Yeah, right?
Ghosting people is not nice.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. It hurts people's feelings and
It's
I'm
nuts.
over it now.
It's nuts.
I just want to put a disclaimer and say if we had not ghosted other people,
We wouldn't
this
be
5
here.
years and 4 months wouldn't be happening.
I
If
Tell
you
the
not
person,
ghosted,
like tell the person that actually I'm no longer interested in us moving in this direction. Like imagine I'm sitting
So exactly. Don't confuse me, but also for me, I think the feelings that I put towards that particular person, I just got out of a heartbreak, right? And
I was a rebound.
but it felt serious. That's what I'm trying to say. It was at that time, like I took all those feelings that particular person. That's with this particular crush person, right?
Yeah.
And so when he then just suddenly changed and then was like, oh, sorry, I'm not there, without telling me, I was crushed. Like, I cried tears. And it's only later that I realized, those feelings, I book myself out here. That one was not even about him, my God.
No, it's fine. No names, no asking.
It wasn't even about
It's
his
a particular one. You're sharing.
So that was
what was
the
the script and how to
Sunday morning, welcome. Welcome was at the event and he was sleeping at my place, but he had another function he was taking photos at in the morning. So I needed to take welcome to Pretoria. On the way, I'm talking to welcome about this guy. As lo girl benzolo bengizokuzamuza nalisa kancane lo girl. Ngise ngathi ngambambisa ibhanchi lami ngithi ngibamba ngalo ukuthi angahambi. Ibhanchi lami ngigcine ngilithola from someone else. You know, and ngigcine ngithola ibhanchi lami from someone else. I can't even remember who I got my jacket from, but she was gone. And she even promised me meat. And she brought me meatless this one. So we were busy talking about this, and welcome says, hi there boy, when you and I'm like, I don't even know where she stays. I only have a number. He says, oh Mara, you're fine. And we dropped that. About 5 minutes later, I'm like, no, I'm phoning.
Yeah.
Not a chat. 200 rand, I remember that money.
Yay!
Can you believe?
Please
understand. 200. And at that time, Lento Yama minutes were say corner, but me, working for Vodacom, didn't even know about it.
I
So,
got him that.
200 rand a time, dial. And first thing I said to her was, listen, man, I want to date you.
Aww.
And she was like,
Intention.
you want to date me? What do you mean? You want a date with me? You want to take me out for lunch? I said, this is...
Was,
No, there was no plan.
Was this a first time? When I'm thinking, you know how I imagine this? You know how I imagine this? Like before, hope is fucking eternal, like, yeah.
So it's
Okay,
easy,
I'm
yeah.
going
Don't share your one, two, three.
bitches are so trying to come up with that by skin. Yeah.
No, there was no plan.
You had done this going in.
In fact, I wasn't calling her to ask her out. I was calling her to get a face-to-face so that I ask her out.
Yeah. But
Even from the voice of her answering the phone, when she already got what she wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So child.
But like, why are you still calling me? The type of thing. That's the attitude
The
I got.
attitude, no way.
That's the sense I got.
No,
So that's the sense
I
I
answered very
got.
nicely.
Sorry, that's the sense I got. So I was like, listen, I want to date you. I said, no, but what do you mean you want to date me? That's so
Specific.
vague. That's so vague, be specific. And I said to her, in every way you think of, I want to take you out for lunch, I want to take you out for dinner, I want you to be my girlfriend. I want
That's how you do it, Jack.
Yeah.
That's how you do it, Jack.
And, yeah,
And I want to marry
that
you.
day
In the
was
same
the
breath, I
6th
think.
of September,
Yes.
2015.
Okay.
It
So
was
you
Sunday.
told her that you're in America on the first call, like
On the
they-
first call
Yeah,
that day, I told
asking
her
her
that
out.
I'm
Yeah, why
not
was
asking
asking
you
me
out
I want
to be my girlfriend. I'm asking you out so that I marry you.
guys, like you say, I like that. Like, you know, when someone has actually is telling intention.
Straightforward.
Like, I also never had that. When he called me, like after our date, he was also just like, yeah, I want share my love, and there was not even network going through. He was standing outside and it was cold, and he's like, I'm calling you to tell you that I had fun on our date, and I do want to get to know you, but not to be your friend. I want you to be my person. I was like, yay! At the time, I was like, I didn't say of course. I was just like, this guy's so weird. We just went on one date. Like, are we not supposed to get to this? And like, you know,
No,
yeah. And
That's
so-
not how you know. When you know,
You know.
But also,
yeah, true.
there's like we've skipped a lot of
No, yeah.
previous stuff, and which we will not go into,
Yes.
right? But that builds to a certain point where, and then I was saying one of the mothers told Uti, if you really around her, and I've had my fair share of
Yeah.
heartbreaks at this point, right? And I must add that 2 months earlier, if not a month earlier, I had literally gotten out of another relationship that was like a proper terrible
It was
breakup.
a rebound girl.
No, you were not the rebound, actually.
I was the
You were not the rebound, but anyways, let's
Hey!
But I had just
No.
gotten out of it, right? And I had decided, note, our district is the East Rand before they decided to disperse it, right? This person is in the East Rand. We've always been in the same spaces, but I've never seen her. I had decided in my mind, I'm done with girls, I'm gonna mind my own business, make my own money, live my life. If I get married, I was always thinking probably I was not even thinking forward. Like, $4 was not in my mind, right?
Yeah.
When I met her, and I always make this illustration and say, when I met her, when I was speaking to her on the phone that Saturday, when I saw her physically for the first time, she was in a car driving in, and I was showing her through 2 buildings. So I was standing on the further side, down, looking up and talking to her, asking her where she is. And she's saying, I'm driving down. I don't know if I was giving her directions on how to get there. And I says, no, I'm driving a green car, blah, blah, blah. I'm not even thinking a sting, I'm looking for a green car. But then I see the sting, and then I see this sting, and this pretty face in the sting, and she's on the phone. I'm like, oh, that's her. And I was with Tutulan, and I said to Tutulan, I'm gonna marry that girl.
Oh.
I don't know. But
You just
I
know.
Let's get your side of your story.
Yeah.
The side of your story. I know my brother can be so dramatic, and I'm sure there's so much spice in that.
This is the one story that I don't exaggerate.
I want to hear the story from Push's perspective because there's always 2 sides. Yeah, now this is how we're seeing it how we see it.
Firstly, I definitely did call him that week. Every day.
Every day. But why were you telling him every day?
I wanted to know for sure.
Were you also enjoying the conversation? So or was it just like, I need to be sure that it's gonna...
I never thought about it. Was I enjoying the conversation?
You
stay on the phone for an hour. You stay on the phone for an hour. You wouldn't stay for
a PA system for an hour.
I don't even
every day.
I know.
No, for me, like that is very important.
Yes.
Okay.
And I wanted to make sure. I'm definitely that kind of person. People who work with me know that I'm calling you every single day checking. I was still on. Is it working? You understand? So the manager anymore, I don't do it as much as I used to do it. Back then, I'd be extra persistent. I push even more. So I definitely did call him every day. On Friday though, he called me because we were not speaking at night. So and then Friday he called me at night.
Okay.
And then I
there's
was
a shift now with dynamics.
And I was cooking at the time. I was cooking. It was at night.
It was after.
It was definitely at night. I was cooking.
You would know because I was driving with him.
No, but so I was busy cooking there with my friend. And then we talk, and I'm like, okay, let me just finish cooking, then we'll talk later. After cooking, he called me again. And when he called, right, I said to my friend, this guy's gonna ask me out.
Because you always know,
because at that point he was throwing some bit of flirts here and there, and I'm like, I literally said this
to you. Do you remember one flirt?
I don't even know how that flirt.
Like just one.
And he was putting things like, are you gonna cook meat for me?
That's not a flirt. Let's challenge the online viewers. Let's challenge the online viewers that know me. Whether me asking if you're gonna get me meat is a flirt.
Yes,
that is a lie, guys.
That's a situation. And I feel like nobody was he was putting himself like they just help me.
Well, I mean, I'm begging you,
no, we know.
What are you gonna do for me?
Because
he actually did that. He said that no, for me alone. What are you gonna do for me alone? And I said to my friend, she was sleeping at my house. I'm like, this guy's gonna ask me out. Do you know this guy? I've not seen him. I'm like, do you know this guy? I don't know him. Do I know your son at the time? I did because
Kevin
called you by and I think we went on Facebook to look for him. That was my first time out looking for him because I was like, this guy is going to ask me out for sure.
And I suspect you're enjoying the conversations because you were like,
I don't know. At the time I wasn't thinking of Jolo. Honestly, at that time it wasn't
not during.
No,
Yeah.
she was
So-
ready to chuck me out, chew me up.
And the actual fact at the time I was in a relationship. I was.
We are scrolling up.
I was not thinking about him at all, to be honest.
So you're
But then,
scrolling.
and then on Sabbath, woke up. I think you woke me up even.
Oh, guys.
Would say you are late, are you awake? And I'm like, yeah, I'm awake. I don't answer all these calls, to be honest, right? Because there was
She led me on.
I didn't even mind. And
That's
I
my
swear,
story.
I never felt
I agree with you. I mean, why else would you be on the call for an hour?
Because
And then the next day I'm calling you
talking.
again for an hour.
We were talking, we were just talking, and then I guess the conversation was nice, I guess.
Yeah.
Finally, she had
I
next.
guess.
Oh,
I guess. But he was quite interesting. I would laugh quite a lot, but I wasn't really. I wanted to meet him. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want that.
You liked him, it's not that funny.
No, it was funny. It was making me laugh. His stories were funny, and as you can tell, he's quite talkative. So, I got the whole hour. Do you understand? The whole hour, I'm like, really? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
So, and then.
But guys, let's be honest. That's not practical. You're not gonna do.
No, it
Yeah.
Wow.
Really? For an hour?
Yes, you can.
I know because your brother is exactly the same. We can drive from Midrand to here and he's the only one talking.
Were you like,
And I'm like,
That's 45 minutes.
So after that, on Sabbath, I was extremely tired because we slept for like a few hours. Early in the morning, we had to go to church. First day, I was not in the mood. I was cut. So when I saw him, Bella, I could tell he was like, guy is interested. And I was like, I'm going to squash this fast. I was like, I'm squashing the situation. I'm full. So actually, every time he came to me, I was going out.
What did you do?
Whatever you tried. I didn't even remember it.
Well, who did you give it to?
I don't know.
Well, I can't remember who I got it to, but it was not there. And it was somebody who came to me and said,
Night jacket.
Ukumla uthenga jacket.
No, I'm mentioning the jacket.
But yeah, on Sabbath bed I was not in the mood. I was just being cut. All I needed to do was go home and sleep. So every time he came to me, Veda began to it's like, no, I'm not trying to talk to you. Please stop. Stop. I'm not trying to talk to you that day. Because already I decided that I'm not going to date you.
yeah.
Right? So I wasn't trying to actually get him on in any kind of way. Hence, every time he came to me, I was like, Benny, fast. They get to flat out in I'm interested, I'll be like, cut, and go. I left, I definitely ran for my life.
You're a joke.
So I gave his
You
time
are
to
a
someone
joke.
else because I was like, I'm getting out of this place before this guy has
Finds it. Yeah.
On Sunday when he called, I mean, obviously he helped me get a sound system, and I'm not gonna answer that call.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna answer that call.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Answered the call. Within 5 minutes, was already telling me about dating this, that.
Much age.
And I'm like,
And it's like, me looking avoid Ilana along the Saturday. Before she hangs up, still some must pay.
Yeah.
Okay, how?
so yeah, within 5 minutes, he was already telling me all these things, and I was like, dude, yeah, I'm in a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, like, yeah, Jola.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Comes down.
Yeah.
Oh, shame. But he didn't care, clearly.
Yeah, he did
He
it.
was like, okay, well, I'm telling 3D, I'm gonna try to look my magic. But I'll tell you one thing, if there's one thing that made me sort of give him
So
attention.
you got it. Exactly 7 days after the stars, I think, was the Reality 7 first annual heritage.
Oh, guys, I was running away even there.
I have another chance of meeting this girl. And so when we were talking on Sunday, when conversation ended on, no, I mean, in fact, I'm in a Sabbath, so it's what
Like,
me,
but
didn't even mention I'm part of the reality stuff, right? I'm sure they can't avoid that. Abantu abangenayo abathi ithathwa yini. Little did I know she was part of the catering people. Well, she came with the catering people, so she wouldn't go through. Getting a back door.
Hey.
Yeah, right?
I'm not
I'm there as staff, so I'm not even I was busy taking care of your merchandise and reality and making sure your Malenge and I was balancing what the tickets were selling. And I also tried to I even tried to get a picture with her.
I refused.
Okay.
I refused. Like, I was serious about not getting involved.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't a rude person, so I definitely did answer his calls just to show him kindness. Because he honestly didn't deserve
Me.
Because
Yeah,
he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he didn't deserve to be treated Gabi. So I definitely answered his calls, but he was very persistent, consistent, every single day.
Insisting.
Pushing. Yeah, but I'm sorry, I'm pushing. Right here.
So for me, the game changer, I was speaking to Nay, right? And Nay, this is the friend.
What did she say? She sold me out.
So Nay was like, I see you've got interest in my friend. What's happening? She's like, no, she's already in a relationship. And I'm like, I only look 2 years. Right? But as the conversation ended, she hinted, would you know the guy she's in a relationship with is non-Adventist? I'm like, damn.
It's over.
Yeah, there is no non-Adventist formed against me.
That's your problem.
But so that one actually made me intensify my pursuit of her.
Yeah.
Because now, the moment you've got an edge, an advantage, and this was presumptuous on my part, right? I looked at myself and I said, if this was me, knowing my parents, and I brought a non-Adventist person and I said, this is the person I'm dating. So I sort of applied the same for her and said, yeah, no, she perhaps loves this guy. But when she thinks of bringing the guy home, there's always the issue of he's not Adventist. So I used that to refuel my drive.
And here it works.
Where?
Yeah.
5 years later, we are here.
For purposes also of getting to the cracks and then closing it off, since I keep our viewers here, all here.
Oh yeah.
When we're going towards the point where you ended up dating, and tell us of the conclusion of how the matter ended you guys in the relationship.
And probably your first date.
We sealed it with a kiss.
No, she must tell us. That's your.
In the back seat of a Golf GTI, of a Polo GTI.
Wow, yeah,
It was red.
You know that day actually.
Shout out, if I can, shout out to William Jolie. Your red Polo GTI sealed it for us. Boy, you're my guy, you.
That day, okay, so he was asking me out like almost every day, right?
For 20 years.
I share that all the time.
Jeez.
Always reminding me to buy
So when
whether we had gone to McDonald's at that point or not, I really don't remember the first date, but I do remember that kiss date, right?
Okay, yes.
So he came with his friend. They were fetching the friend's girlfriend somewhere in Soweto.
Okay.
And so they called and said, listen, it's from Papa now.
We're supposed to fetch Tolani's tools from...
No, I just added it. It became like a situation. That was not the point.
That wasn't the plan.
That was not the plan. So, fine, so they fetched me in Foster and then we all went to do something else before we went to Soweto. Fetched the girlfriend, there was quite a lot of drama there. Me and him are sitting in the backseat watching a movie. Yo, this is us having fun, right? So we were in Foster now. Okay.
Yes.
So, the friend goes out with the girlfriend to go and drop her off. Again, says lady pigs.
Oh, the girl is also from Foslo.
Yeah.
Oh, because
So now we're chilling there. Yeah, I'm saying we're chilling at the big I don't even know how the conversation. I don't know what we were talking about. But anyway, eventually we kissed.
Wait. I think you're moving too quick. So when you guys kissed, had you made it official agreement part?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then so the agreement
So we had
or
No, we had
No.
before, like maybe a couple of days before.
Oh,
so
because we had not seen each other.
And I had to break up with him first before I could come.
She must easy
So
Let's hope you found love, my guy. But
yes, married guys.
Look, he owes me a debt of gratitude.
Yeah.
Because if I had
You
not,
helped him in his
if he had not blocked Stina, he would have been stuck when he was not meant to be.
Yeah, well, I guess.
I agree.
So yeah. So on our way there, like we were just talking, having fun in the car. Obviously, we get there. But I don't even know what we were talking about. Mara. Yeah.
it was serious that
it just waits.
No, it wasn't serious.
It was just a perfect moment.
It was like, yeah, it was like a perfect
Just
moment.
tickling enough that
Have a
people
nice
will know.
kiss. And just have fun. Yeah, Jim. That's, I guess, we started before that. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I wanted actually to ask about. Okay, well, I think I asked you guys this earlier, but the love song that you think best, or a song maybe through your love journey that you like. Oh my gosh, this is our song. Like this song says us.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. We don't have a song.
Really?
If we were to sort of put songs into it, it probably wouldn't be one. She'll have her own, I'll have mine.
It's
So what is your
But
song?
if we were to say, okay, you are dying unless you choose one song, I would go with the song we did our first dance at our wedding with, which is I forget that
Musa.
artist.
Musa.
That's the song, right? I discovered Gregory Potter because of her. Because when we were that song,
I was supposed to perform the song at the wedding.
and then you got here 2 hours late.
And
but okay,
I couldn't find the backtrack, so I was like, let me just be late.
and then you were hesitating because then when Caesar performed her song, I was like, imagine, Kent has done mine and Caesar's does hers, and that's on video.
I was beautiful.
What song did she sing?
Some song.
All I know is
Yeah,
she sang that song better than its own.
The more I seek you,
Yo.
the more I love you.
When I listen to our wedding, when I watch our wedding video, yeah,
It was
and then I play the more I seek you, played by the owner, right?
Yes, all the time.
I think Caesar's song is better.
Really?
Okay, you guys are bringing up the wedding, guys. I want us to run through it. One will take up whichever.
Now she can take the whole wedding.
Okay. So tell us about the wedding, and you'll tell us about the lobola quickly.
No.
And how did they actually
Let's not do the lobola.
We want the lobola.
The lobola. Let's just say there was lobola negotiations. They happened. The families agreed. It was paid, and we went forward with the wedding.
Wait,
Okay,
before
tell
we
us.
get to the wedding, did he actually propose?
Yes, you definitely.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
So,
Sabotage approved. We're taking the wedding. We're taking the wedding.
no, let's start
So
here.
what is from my perspective?
Let me start.
You
But
because-
There's no action. Like I swear I put cross my heart and
Hope
swear
to die.
I will tell you the truth as it is.
Let me tell you what happened first.
Yes.
So we're talking about marriage at this point. So we're like, okay, we want to settle down with you. Yeah.
And this is how long after dating?
Yo, this guy wanted to marry me day one.
Day one,
Like,
yeah.
So from day one, every single day until the day that I said yes to his proposal, he was proposing.
Okay.
Listen.
So tell us about the
So the
official.
one that I accept,
Yeah, when you
Yes.
said
where
yes.
I was like, okay, I'm about to say yes. So we went to ring shopping actually.
Okay.
So we then went and then we designed a ring,
Oh, wow.
and then we're like, I'm like, how are we really doing that? Is this really gonna happen? It's like, yeah, it's definitely. Okay.
I proposed to her
1 month
with the
later.
ring that's worth 180,000 rand. But it wasn't her ring. She was 50.
You proposed with the
So we
ring
went-
shots
we
fitting.
went to I can say that. I proposed to her with the ring worth 189,000 rand.
Yeah.
We went to Browns
And then
and
went
she
to
was
another
fitting
jewelry
rings.
shop and
So
then went
and
to
then
design. So it's two.
yeah, so we went with the Browns.
That's
It was a Queen's Woman Collection cushion cards.
Oh, those are nice.
That thing looks like it's got a bleach in it and it's like that.
It's
So I proposed to my wife with a ring worth 189,000 rand.
On your one.
No, we were sitting
No,
on the
it's
chair.
sitting like this, and he put the ring in my finger, and I'm like, this is the ring! Of
Right.
course,
It was 100, yeah.
89,000 rand.
and then after that,
Then we took it out and put it back.
Gents, take the notes. Take the
Proposal
notes.
doesn't have to be expensive.
it doesn't have to be
Go
actually
to
buy the ring.
Browns will allow you to put on the ring and instant practice. Just get the girlfriend you're proposing to who's got the right size and Browns.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't actually have to buy the ring. So we left, and then a couple of weeks later, I was in a terrible mood. So he asks me, let's go out. Where do you want to go? Which is not to me, because the first thing I'd tell you is McDonald's.
Yeah.
And I said no.
And then, yeah.
Actually, non-complicated.
I'm like, McDonald's, you know? And then he's like, no, something else. And then I'm like, okay, Rocco Mama. And he's like,
But why?
Chicha,
I
like
tried.
something.
Like, she
And I'm like,
stuck to
no,
Rocco Mama.
Rocco Mama's, that's where we are going. So we went to Rocco Mama's, and then
By example.
and like I'm really not in the mood. So he goes, he leaves me. Definitely, I'm happy about him. He went to the car and actually saw him go into the car. So I'm on the phone with my friend and I'm like, this nigga, I want to blame him, you know? Like, I want to blame him. Actually, maybe, like, I was talking to him on the phone, I'm like, hey, this guy.
I don't try.
He's got something up his sleeve, but I did not think of the ring, to be honest. I'm like, I don't know what he's planning because he's going to the car. Oh, goes to the car, comes back, he sits down. He was quite anxious, a bit nervous that day. He was not 100% himself. So I was not in the mood. So I'm like, I'm probably needs to.
She actually released that one proposal. Because I had the waiters put
I didn't even see
the
it.
thingy in the bill.
Or
The
the
ring
ring.
in the bill.
And then gave
So
it to me.
I said, give it to her. And she's like, no.
Guys, Tata Ipi. It's not mine.
My guy, my friend.
You said I was
It's clear. It's clear.
My guy, that was the worst move ever. But anyway, yeah.
Like Tata the situation. And then suddenly he comes through to this side and then he does Ganitolo and then he takes it. He actually ended up opening the
The bill.
and then he's like, well, you're marrying me. And I'm like, I laughed at him because this is so funny. Already we agreed. The only thing you needed to do is bring me that 139,000 ring and put it in my finger. That's all you needed to do.
When you looked at it, I saw that.
I buy.
Take notes, gents.
It's from a different shop. It's a different ring altogether.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when he proposed, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. I really couldn't.
And then you can take the wedding.
The wedding.
Yeah.
Just
I want to.
tell us about the wedding. Was it your perfect wedding?
No.
I had to do
There's
that.
no way. I mean, yeah.
No,
we
like
did a lot of things,
apart
but-
from the stresses and also
Yeah,
like
and
the wedding itself, is it what you envisioned when you started thinking about your wedding?
I wanted to get married outside, first of all.
So God vibes.
Always wanted a garden wedding, but my friends said I'm crazy. I must go inside the chopper. They were like, go into the chopper. I'm like, okay, I'm like, try you guys have food chopper. So I mean, it was definitely my perfect wedding. I loved it. Everything about it was beautiful. I loved everything, especially the food, the
And the venue was
the
nice.
guests,
Yeah.
the vibe. It was.
Oh, we took it to the venue.
Yeah, the venue was beautiful.
It was a beautiful wedding. I loved it.
Avianto.
Yeah, so.
I loved
Yeah,
it.
shout out to Avianto. Maybe 6 years later, well, going on 6 years,
Still the
we're
best.
still here.
Yes,
Visit
Avianto.
Avianto. Those listening, if you want to, they didn't pay us to say this. We're just appreciating.
No, we're not giving them it. So we're gonna say toot toot toot.
So yeah, no, it was a beautiful wedding. I loved it. I mean, of course, weddings all have hiccups. There's only that morning. I remember after the stresses. Why? In fact, it wasn't even after. During the stress on the wedding day, I remember saying like one final prayer, saying, "Listen, God, it's simple for me. If this is not the man I must marry, right now, going in.
Right
now, I am not going in. Between you and I, you tell me. So I was actually asking quite listen, I need you to give me peace. I know there's stress and there's so much happening that I'm now stressed about all these things. I'm like, right now, this moment, just shut it down for me. Give me peace. And then I will know that I can walk down that aisle. Instantly, it was like, doo! My heart just went at ease. And I was like, okay.
This is the
I
one.
guess,
That's a serious prayer, hey? Because imagine if it wasn't peace.
I was going
That was much late. We got there 10 minutes late, it's okay. I found them, my guests were already there, so I called this one, he's not answering. And I don't know what's happening, but I know she's on the premises. I know they've given them the handle to change and prepare. So I prepared and I waited. And I waited. And I waited.
2,000 years later.
After 30 minutes of standing, my mom says, she didn't change her mind.
What you do?
I have decided that my mom is such a balance.
You waited.
Oh no, really?
Exactly 2:15.
No,
No, it was 2:15
so
when we
you have been
started. It was 2:15 when we started. Exactly 2:15. 2:15. And figure, I think was it Megan? Can't remember the lady's name.
And
I
you were
figure,
even
I
later
shall
than
put
that.
her
You got
later than that.
You got like 5 o'clock.
No, you got there after 3. I saw you coming in when you was
Literally.
preaching.
He wasn't preaching.
It was loud.
No, it was no. He was actually started preaching.
You was preaching. So,
Yeah.
but Angel,
No, Caesar sang as you were walking down the aisle.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I was there already. I actually waited. I was part of the waiting.
This is a sense twice.
Yeah.
No. When Push was walking in, I was there and I waited.
Kata did not wait. We did not wait.
So, the bridesmaids, now they can't find her song. And you know what the wedding organizer will says?
We are going to
They
play
will
a
find
song.
it.
So
We
they had
waited!
We waited.
Now the
So
bridesmaids
what
are
song was
in. We're waiting for now the song. Like, so what we're looking for? We're waiting for
Carrie
the
Jo,
backing
that's
track.
the
Carrie
name.
Jo, yes.
Jo.
We're waiting for the backing track so that Caesar can sing.
Oh.
But what we have
okay.
is the actual track with Carrie Jo singing.
A different song.
And she mentions, she was ready to go in with
I was
that.
like, guys.
Like I'll go in. And she says, the woman says,
Is that
is that your song? He says, no. But that's fine, I'll go in. I says, no, they'll play your song. She comes in, goes to the DJ, says, who
Find
DJ will
her
play?
song.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
find her song. But luckily we were given a play. So I
Fast.
quickly Googled, download, Caesar, where are you? Come. And Dan Caesar, listen, I'm glad we waited.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it definitely was.
And then she came in. My favorite part of the wedding, I know I said I wouldn't take it over, but my favorite part about the wedding was her house.
Wow.
Alright, so I think maybe just to close off, this is our last question. Maybe we should ask. Also, I think another reason why we are actually doing this series is also just to, because we definitely feel like there isn't enough portrayal of good, healthy marriages, and that marriage can actually be a good thing. Because usually it's just like, it's
There's
a
more
trap.
negative.
Yeah, like there's so
attached
many
to it,
negative
marriages,
connotations to it. Instead, we should be actually portraying that marriage can be a good thing, right? Marriage is it is a beautiful thing. And there are actually healthy, happy marriages out there. And young marriages also, that's another thing, right? So maybe the last question is, what is the one thing that you both love about being married?
You have to put me in a corner with a gun and say one thing when you die. I'd say, for me, I found somebody who can carry me in prayer, particularly. I was telling one of the elders sometime last week, in Cape Town, I was telling Elder Chivu to say, in fact, in our house, I feel we are so balanced well, because I personally sometimes remember prayer when I'm out of the house, right? Sometimes I come home, I'm tired, eat, go to bed, right? But this girl here prays for me, right? Prays for us as a family. I was saying it to her the other day, I don't think I get the MTN job without a prayer, right? So you get that sense of security. It might not be physical security, but you know, that hedge of prayer, that hedge of intercession that comes in. I think I like that about marriage, right? It exists in some relationships outside of marriage, but there's a certain extra strength in that particular engagement when we're in marriage. Because I mean, of the two things that God created and made holy, it's Sabbath and marriage. And it's one of the two pillars that exist in our communities. So I think that would be the one thing, but ultimately really the companionship. Just being one and experiencing the differences in the oneness.
My husband is saying
He said wrong.
Now I know why she wanted me to go first.
I should have gone first because wow, it's like the vows. Did you go first?
Yes.
Yeah, and then you shocked me. And then when I had to say
Forgot
something, I was
yours.
like, what can you say? I was going to see again.
what he's
Thank you
saying.
so much. Right, I see again. Totally agree with everything that he said. Everything that he said. Yeah, what's my one favorite thing? My most favorite, or one of my favorite.
Yes, one of your favorite things.
About marriage.
Yeah, and we know it does a lot.
Exactly everything that he said. Literally. 100%. Oh, let me be lying. The gossiping. Yes!
I don't go sleep. I don't go sleep.
Look,
And it bothers me because I'm like, let's gossip. I want to tell you some stuff.
Nice.
But I love the fact that there's this one particular person that is basically the other me, basically, like the half of me. It feels very nice to know that even if I'm carrying something like this, once he gets home, we are like carrying it together. The teamwork of pain, the teamwork of love, the teamwork of each and everything. That is our marriage, right?
You're not going through it alone.
I'm not going through it alone. You know, I mean, sometimes I wonder, what would I do? You know, what would I do in life if honestly, who would I be if I didn't have somebody? If I didn't have somebody to carry some of these burdens with me, to just walk this journey of life with me. It's very nice, guys. It's very nice to have somebody who's going to be different from you. I'm very emotional. I'm extra sensitive. Like those who know me, they know I'm a lot. And he's very level-headed. He's highly emotional. If he gets emotional, it's obviously because of me. No one else can get him that emotional except for me. So it's very nice to have somebody. I mean, it's boring at the same time because I want you to be emotional like me, but you're not. But it's quite nice to have somebody who you can bounce off ideas and you're like, this is how I feel. And they'll be like, well, look at it from this perspective. Let's look at it in a different perspective. And then you see, and I love the fact that, this is my favorite thing about our marriage, the way he loves me. That thing is very nice. That thing is very nice. You want to be loved like this. Like, it's very, very nice. It's very beautiful. It's nice to feel like, you're going to sleep. Yes. But no time.
You're feeling
You go to sleep, you wake up, you're like, yes, we are tired. It's a very nice feeling to have somebody who just loves you so much. You basically feel like they worship the ground that you walk on. It's a very beautiful feeling.
And I always say this because when I first met Mbeles, I was just like, this guy's overwhelming. Like in terms of like how much she goes in, right? And I was just like, this girl is lucky. Like, if he's doing this for us, like, can you imagine the extent he is going for his wife and his kids? So I can attest to that. Like, it is nice to know that you actually have someone to love you, but also like someone that loves you to such an extent that you think is crazy, but to them it's like,
No.
like what else am I
How
supposed
else?
to do?
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely, yeah.
So you are very loved. I can say that much.
Here we have it, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in into yet another lovely episode where we celebrate love. Thank you guys for making time and joining us and sharing your personal story, your personal love story, and giving us as much details as you could. You know, we really appreciate it. And guys, please continue sharing our link and having people subscribe. If you've subscribed, go to your friend's phone, hit the subscribe button on your friend's phone, and let's just grow this number. Let's grow this community where we promote love. Marriages, as much as there's so much negativity poured out around it, there's also positivity. You've had it firsthand.
And here's the example.
Here's the example.
First example.
Yeah, guys.
Thank you so much, guys. We hope to see you in our next video with another love couple.
Yeah.
And let's just keep spreading the love. Until next time.
Good night and God bless. Bye.